Okay, Marv Newharth here. This is video 3. This is Developmental Psychology 33479, Fall Semester 2014. Now, if you meet all those requirements, you're right on target with the course, the correct fall, and the instructor. This is chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm really happy to have you in class, as I stated before. As we go through this, I hope that everyone takes advantage of the course. And hopefully as we go through this, we will learn something. Starting out with the Big Ten, I want to emphasize this. It's where a picture, your picture, not a picture of a puppy or an elephant or an automobile or a tree, but put your picture in because it is your profile. And then in 100 to 200 words, extend your profile with text. This does not mean 2 sentences. I'm here. I'm glad. I'm on my way. I mean, it's kind of interesting how brief 1 to 200 words can be. But this is just a nice profile. Grammar, definitely be checking it for grammar. You know, we've been texting, and I understand with texting why the little I is used. These are professional, and what we're doing now are professional type submissions, and I do not believe that we would probably use a little I or incorrect capitalization if we were sending in a letter request for a certain position or a letter of recommendation. I believe that we would do that. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be checking the grammar. I understand the little I for texting, big I for developmental psychology 334. Okay, we have 4 chapters. I'm going to go through this quite quickly. And the reason for it is so I can get it all in the video because I want to talk to you a little bit about the topics that we have. Chapter 1 is about the science of human development. And of course, this bases on statistics. I hope that you have taken statistics. I enjoy statistics. I think that statistics are important, but this is not a statistic course. There are some terms there that you can probably look at, or if you've taken statistics, you will probably remember them from stats. Data, that's the information that's collected. A hypothesis is something that is testable. We have a dependent variable and an independent variable. Independent variable, we want to set up a program, a study to see how much ice cream individuals can eat in a certain length of time. Okay, that would be the independent variable because we've set it up. Then the actual measurement of that would be the dependent variable. Theories on cross-sectional longitudinal correlation. I think correlation is kind of interesting because there are times when we say that these numbers have a relationship, but one doesn't cause the other. Eating ice cream causes crime. This is one that I bring up, and I suppose that it's used quite often. And this is a proven fact. The numbers, there is a relationship with the numbers because when individuals eat more ice cream, it is in the summertime, and when it is hot, supposedly crime goes up at that time. So even though we have a relationship, I think we realize that ice cream really does not cause crime. Observation and nature and nurture. This is a big focus of this course, is nature and nurture, and I want to focus on that. We have the different ways the development takes place. I imagine even in your own life, you've had different types of development. You had development at home, maybe your culture or your ethnic background or historical background, socioeconomic status can all play a part in the way we develop. The story of David there is kind of an interesting story that is brought out in the text, and you can go ahead and read that. Chapter 2 is on the theories of development, and I want to emphasize this. There will be some review items from time to time as we get in the course, and they will refer back to a specific video. And I imagine that one of the things that we're going to be reviewing will be the grand theories. I mean, this is a class in psychology, and we should have an awareness of the three forces of psychology, which is psychoanalytical theory, behaviorism, and humanism. And I would like to take time to visit about that more, and I will at a later date. Then most of you in education, if not all of you in education, I've certainly heard of Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky, and we have Harry Harlow with the monkeys, Elva Bandura with the Bobo doll, and Yuri von Frenbrenner. Of course, he designed that we grow. We start in a very small environment, and then our environment expands. Chapter 3 is on heredity and environment, and this is kind of interesting with special needs. This one school was telling the parents that their child needs a special school because she was severely spatially disorganized. Yeah, we're not going to get into that a little bit further, but I think that you individuals who are in education realize that the school does have a responsibility in some of these incidents. Then, designer babies. If you knew that your child was going to have an IQ of 30, your unborn child, an IQ of 30, you knew this for sure, average IQ being 100, what would you do? Well, would you say, look, is there any type of meds you can do to bring that IQ up? Now, some individuals would go ahead and opt for meds, bring the IQ up, and other individuals would say, no, then we would be fooling with nature, and we want nature to take its course. So that's heredity and environment. Then when we get to chapter 4, prenatal development and birth, I think that this is an important chapter, and it refers a lot to your assignments and so forth. We have up to 500,000 brain cells per minute during the peak, during the gestation period. And the reason that I put that in there is this is kind of interesting because at one time they thought there was 250,000. Now they've doubled it. And I'm wondering if they're going to double it some more. When we consider how many brain cells we've had, I think we would certainly have to develop a lot quicker than that. Teratogen means monster, and it's anything that is ingested during the gestation period. It can be alcohol, thalidomide, or some type of disease such as measles, German measles, anything that will hurt the fetus can be considered a teratogen. Teratogen means monster. Thalidomide was supposed to help calm morning sickness at one time, and when the infants were born, then I think this was in the 50s and 60s, maybe 60s, and then when the infants were born, they usually had some type of deformed limb, and they traced it back to the use of thalidomide. All right, now in lessons, My Journey of Life. You can get started on My Journey of Life. We have brain facts. These are in assignments. Tests and quizzes. Be open, chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also in assignments, we have orgasmic and medical birth, developing fetus, and then the forums. Go to forums, open up forums. You will have 2 forums to do, and I can check and see which 2 will be due. I know which 2 are due. I just want to go ahead and verify that. But for forums, you have your turn 101, your turn 01, and circumcision. These are the 2 forms that you will be responding to. It's really important to hold this to due dates, and I will be getting back to you and discussing some of these items with you. Be sure to check due dates. Be sure to submit by due dates, and we want a scholarly submission. So as you go through this, checking this, if you have any questions, please ask, uh, email, phone call, whatever you want to do. But let me know if you have any concerns. And then we always have the chat room. We can go in there and we can chat. Remember, part of this video will be used for review in future assignments. So until then, have a good day. I hope you're going to have a good Labor Day weekend. That's coming up quite soon. So kind of plan your work around Labor Day. Be sure to have your work completed or planned ahead so you don't have to work on Labor Day weekend. So until then, you have a good day, and we'll be seeing you at the next chapters or part.